Well, you can tell we don't have a life.
I don't have much of one either.
To be here on Friday night.
Yeah. The first month of February, we were supposed to review it and approve it. I got that one mixed up for whatever reason with the second deadline, which is the timeline to advertise the annual report in the newspaper. Don't know how I did it, but I did it. So I did mess up on that. But I do apologize.
Nothing happens, does it? I mean, as far as.
I mean, I don't, if it does,
What can we do?
I think it'll go in the report that
Oh, okay.
I messed up, but
Okay.
it's
That
been,
should be it.
it was submitted and everything checks out. So, yeah,
It does, absolutely.
my apologies.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do, so we do contracts first. I haven't even filled them out. But basically, I would like to get 10,000 to each department this year. When I did the budget process with our field rep, she said that we should be in a good enough position to do that with the amount of money that we're going to raise in tax revenue. We should be in a good spot to do that. So that is what I would like to do. If worst case scenario comes around and we can't, we'll have to reevaluate, but I think we would be good enough to do that.
Do we give them the whole 10 all at once, or do we give them just
It'll
little
be
bits?
broken up.
Okay, so in case the last one, we
Mhm.
are running short, then we will have to take away from it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll do, it's 2 payments. The first one is in July. That is, or let's see, is it June or July? It's July. So we get 2 big settlements, June and December. So the way that the contracts work, they would receive the first half in July and then the second half in December after we get that
Okay.
settlement.
Sounds good. They'll be happy.
So there's the 3 contracts for Kennard, Greensboro, and Shirley. And I'll fill it in, but it would be $10,000, $5,000 would be paid by or on July 1st for January to July of this year. And then $5,000 would be paid on December 31st for July to December.
You just sign the back page.
Yep.
Like copies for us to keep, or they don't get?
I can send you
Oh,
copies.
yeah, just email them.
But we have 3, right, that we have to sign?
Yes.
So we have one for each.
Yep, so this would be Shirley, I think you might have signed Greensboro's and that'd be Kennard's. And then this contract is for cemetery care. I did reach out to Nikki Manning with Manning Lawn Care, and she said that they would be okay with doing it again this year as well. Yeah, so that's nice.
Scary.
Yes.
Did they raise it on us?
She did not mention it, so I'm going to keep it at the 6,400 that we had already approved in the budget for this year. And then next year, if they want to try to increase it, we can have those conversations. I will also discuss what's coming down the pipeline too with the state legislature,
Yeah,
because
she just heard something.
yes.
So I just saw something come across my phone and I told her I swiped it off before I realized, oh, I should have read that. But it
Yeah.
was, did he sign it today, or mine said that Governor Braun was going to sign it. It didn't say he had.
I'm not, so there was a township meeting this morning that I missed, but I believe they were discussing it. I don't know if it's been signed into law yet, but my understanding is that they did pass the bill that would consolidate all of us. I don't know where we would rank with the scoring system.
Like where they'll put us?
As far as like, so there's a scorecard, and townships that receive 4 or 5 more, I think it's 4 points or more, they will have to absolutely consolidate with another township. I'm going to assume that I don't know if we would score in that category or not, but with us being a smaller township, I would assume that they're going to push us in that direction anyway. Because unfortunately, our past trustee did not do the thing that she was supposed to do, so that would absolutely hurt us in the scorecard. I know it also goes, like, they take into account the number of township assistance requests you get. Our fire departments would save us in the scorecard, but I do think that if we're not at the cutoff, we'll be pretty close, and they're going to make us consolidate. But I don't know if it's been signed yet. I'd have to check into that. But yeah, so my understanding is they'll go through the elections this year, and then it'll be the consolidations would have to be finalized by December 31st of 27, I believe. So I don't know. From what I've heard, there's two situations or scenarios. The first one is we can move forward with a process to consolidate on our own, and that gives us the say on what we want to do and how we want to do it. The second is the scorecard will be utilized by the county government, the county councilor, commissioners, and then they will get to decide who we consolidate with. So let's say we say, okay, well, we want to consolidate with Wayne Township because we want to stay in the school district. Well, they could say, well, we're going to put you in Henry Township and you're going to be part of Newcastle. I would much rather go into Wayne Township because talking to Susan, I trust that our interest would still be protected. If we went to Henry Township, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Travis wouldn't, but
They got a lot on their plate.
they do.
They're just, they don't
Too
need
big.
more. They don't need us, little
Exactly.
people.
Yeah.
We'll get lost in the shuffle.
Exactly.
And they've got tons of problems
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Homeless people.
So I think that our interest would better be served in Wayne Township. One of you three would get a board seat. I think it'd be like one from Wayne, one from Greensboro, then an at-large seat. But I do think our interest would be better protected, but I do want to look into that some more and see what exactly is going to happen after the election.
Well, so after they post it, or after he signs it, let's just say, then wouldn't it be in our best interest to say, hey, let's just join them so they don't tell us where to go?
That would be what I suggest if that's how it plays out. The last time I heard,
That's what I would.
the last time I heard from
You
them,
need to know what I'm gonna do.
yeah, that's what I think too. From what I heard on the ITA, from the ITA, was that the consolidations would have to take place the plan would have to be done by December 31st of 27. I believe the new township would take effect January 1st of 28. So we're going to talk about it, I'm sure, between the trustees, but if that's what it comes down to after the election rolls around and we find ourselves in, well, yeah, so I would say January 1st, we would probably start working together to make a plan, get it finalized by that December 31st deadline, so that we know if one of you has to walk away, well, two of you would have to walk away,
Yeah, two of us.
unfortunately, then we know who would leave. I would step down. I've already told Susan that I'm not going to fight her for it. And quite frankly, she's done it for 30 something years. So she has the more experience than I do. And then that gives us time to work with our fire departments to figure out what we're going to do, how that's going to work out for them so that they're not getting screwed and we get our budgets merged and all that good stuff. So it's unfortunate, but I'd rather see that happen than get completely eliminated. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get up there in the fray.
Yeah.
I can't believe they have to come up with $1 million for their insurance.
Yeah.
In 20 some days.
I know. It's sad, isn't it?
Well, they're gonna do that.
Well, if I read it right, Debbie Walker says they have some like reserve money that they can pull from different places.
I hope so.
But what's gonna happen? We've got this new one now with the Nick Paul. You know, so there's another new lawsuit coming out that's
And
gonna,
that's gonna be a doozy.
oh my gosh. Unless they can prove that.
Well, I'll discuss that after, but I think they're going
Well,
to.
when you turn that off.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, next order of business. The Greensboro Volunteer Fire Department has submitted a request for the purchase of new firefighting equipment. It looks like there are hoses on here. But the equipment that is on that estimate is everything that we agreed to pay for under the cumulative fire fund.
So this is gonna be above and beyond the 10 that we just signed here?
Yes, so these are the fire contracts that come out of the fire fund.
Okay,
These requests would come out of our cumulative fire fund, so that pays for radios, jackets, hoses, firefighting equipment. That's not, it cannot go towards buildings or vehicles,
okay.
but anything else, if they submit a request, we would review it and approve it or deny it. So our cumulative fire fund right now is at $21,834.84. So I simply just divided that by 3, and that's how much they have right now. So they can either let it sit and continue to grow, or like Greensboro, they want it now. So
So jackets. Okay, so, let's see. I'm still the board member, right? And Mary's the secretary, is that right? Okay, or no, you're the secretary.
Yeah.
Who's the chairwoman? Is that Mary? Okay, gotcha.
okay.
When will they know they get this?
I will let Ben know either tonight or tomorrow morning.
Well, he's there at the funeral
Okay.
tonight. They have the viewing tonight and the funeral's tomorrow. So
So-
they probably will not be,
I will probably reach out to him Monday then.
yeah, I would, yeah, wait till they get past that. Steve's brother died.
Yeah. So I'll reach out Monday, and then if we get, I'm sure we'll get more requests from all 3. What we'll do is, once we approve it, I'll just have the check go straight to the vendor. In this case, it would be McQueen. So, okay, last order of business is the annual financial report. I only printed one because it's very big and my printer is not great. But I will go over some stuff that I have. So on page 2, you'll get a screenshot of our financial report. So the left column is our beginning cash balance on January 1st, 2025. So our total was $43,223.88. You can see the cumulative fund was at, excuse me, our cumulative fund was at 0 because it wasn't established yet. Our fire fund was at $91,3592. Our township assistance was at $29,6388, and then our township fund was at $31,124.58. Our total receipts for the year 2025 was $72,476.10. We dispersed a total of $40,840.53, and our fire fund was shot of all our disbursements. And then starting on page 5 to 7, you can see exactly where all that money went. We have our payroll, the fire department, Shirley New Accounting, the Carrier Times, my bond payment, Manning Lawn Care, so on and so forth. And then on page 15 to 17 is our township assistance information. Total of 12 requests that would have impacted 16 people. We approved 11 applications, 1 was denied, and we spent a total of $46,5117 in assistance. 6 of those went to utility assistance for a total of $28,0917, and then 5 went to housing assistance for a total of $1842. And that is it.
What do you have to do to qualify for the housing assistance?
It's a base by base situation. So
like if I couldn't make my house payment, I would have to fill out an application. I'd have to qualify, and then you would make.
yeah, so I'm trying to think of how to answer this. As long as you show that you don't have the funds available to make that payment,
Gotcha.
9 times out of 10, I'm going to approve it.
Okay.
I will say that one case where I denied it, unfortunately, the applicant was already several months behind. and he was facing,
Probably eviction.
Yes.
Yeah. foreclosure.
and so
Mhm.
unfortunately, I denied it because if I had given him a month's worth of
Wouldn't
rent,
they have-
it wouldn't have helped and he would have been evicted anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so as long, I mean, the frustrating thing, and I think it's a communication problem, I don't know, or some people, 9 times out of 10 when people,
Yeah.
and it makes the situation more challenging.
Mhm.
But I will say, since I've taken this role, that person was the first one I denied and I hated it. But the end result was not going to change.
Yeah.
So,
They'd have probably still lost the house.
yes. But, yeah, so,
That's the hard part of the job.
yes. To have my first denial in, 3 years? Yeah, it was rough. And I felt terrible, but
But did you know them? That probably made it even harder. If
no,
you knew them.
no, he was older gentleman.
Good. Well,
And that was rough, but,
Mhm.
you know, when they wait 2-3 months to reach out, I mean, there's not much that I can do. If the end result's gonna be the same, so. But yeah, so 9 times out of 10, I do, approve requests. I will say we had 3 so far this year. Have any, her family didn't have any resources available to pay for the funeral, so I did help with that. So, but I will have 2 things for you guys to sign. The first one is our resolution, and then this one is from the State Board of Accounts. That will go to the newspaper. And then I'll let you keep this for your records.
Guess we need to run this one down.
I think option 1 is that we approved it in full, right? Okay.
And if it's okay with you, like the things that we just passed, I'm gonna put you as the motion maker and me the second.
that's fine. Mhm. So I sign under you.
I think so, yeah.
With that, I believe that is everything that I had. Depending on what happens with this legislation, I might call a somewhat of emergency meeting to get the ball rolling on whatever we decide to do. Or if I learn something, if I learn that we can't take in our own hands, which I don't know why they wouldn't let us, we could discuss that as well, but I'm consider and decide our own fate before they decides for us. So, but yes, I believe that is all the business that I had for tonight. Is there any? Okay, perfect.
Meeting's adjourned at 6:50.
Didn't take long, did it?